Jesus explains the destruction of Tel Aviv, Satan's religion, Islam, and the impact of your prayers. June 4th, 2016. Words from Jesus through Sister Clare, spoken by Jackie. Clare began, Lord Jesus, grant us the grace to persevere in mercy and prayer. Well, Heartdwellers, I've been so very tempted to check the news, and the Rhema the Lord just gave me hit it right on the head. Abandon the excessive desire to know, because it leads to much distraction and deceit. Wow, this intention got nipped in the bud, because what I was gonna do first thing today was check the news, and He doesn't want me doing that. So when I sat down to listen to the Lord after worship, He spoke something to me immediately. Your prayers are working. Almost every soul who watches your videos is now praying, with the exception of those who do not want to know me. Wow, that's beautiful. Lord, what do you have to say to us? Keep praying. We are not out of the woods yet. There has been some progress made, but it's still majorly serious. You remember what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? Yes, Lord. Well, what you have in Tel Aviv is worse yet, and cries out to God for punishment. This voice at this time is louder than any other in the ears of my Father. In this moment, serious destruction is slated for this city. Be aware, my Father will not be mocked, and mockers have entered the city gates in droves, lifting up their horn in arrogance and abandon. This is the generation of whom it is written, the judgment of the nations is long overdue. And yet, because of the holiness of those who cry out to the Father, judgment has in the past been delayed. But to continue to ignore this would make my Father unjust instead of merciful. Do you see, my daughter? Some of this must come to pass. Some things are of absolute necessity to come to pass, but can be mitigated through prayer, and even delayed, but not called off. Lord, what about our nation? The cries of the faithful have mounted on high and moved upon my Father's heart. And yet there is sadness and travail in store for your country. Pray, Clare, pray very hard that the Father's wrath will be averted. Pray that those who know better will rise up. And pray that a succession of failures will derail the evil plan against the good people of this nation. They are the one nation under God and not a part of the debauchery of the governing body. That was June 2016 under Obama. This country was taken by force and intrigue, not popular vote based on facts. But that is the way it is written for the Antichrist, Obama, a man of intrigue and deceitful means, coming to power not by virtue but by trickery. Clare, I want you all to keep praying. There is still much that has not been called off. Your prayers are having an effect, but there is so much more involved. And what about the rest of the earth, Lord? You can see the shadow of Islam now darkening the nations. The religion of Satan, while he walks invisibly, the shadow cast by the density of his malice is darkening every area of the earth. Soon it will no longer be a shadowy influence in America, but an upfront reality, as town after town falls to Sharia law. You will not be here for that. I will surely remove you. from the grips of this evil. So much has to take place, Claire, but understand that your prayers for mercy have and will soften the harshness of the judgment. So do not stop praying. There is still much to be averted. Hope in His mercy, but know for certain that certain things must come to pass. Certain things like what? Like war, earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanoes, and the aftermath of these woes. Claire, I'm talking to you, my bride. I was at that moment struggling with my guilt regarding the barbecue and the chocolate cookies I had given into. Shall I not hearken unto your cries for mercy regardless of cookies and barbecue? You were raised to expect comforts when things were bad. That is an ingrown and blood sugar related reaction. Yet you can overcome that with my grace, but I have had pity on you. I've heard your cry for mercy. Then at that moment he became very clear and he held me over his heart. What I want to tell you, my love, that it will not be long now. Basically, things are going to happen, but much mercy will fall into play. Yet there will be confusion and pandemonium, and I expect you all to cleave to me in the midst of this, whether you can see one another or not. Stay close to me. I will not be distant from you at any moment. Your days, your lives are in my hands, and I cherish them tenderly. Do not waste time, my love. Make the best of what you have before you. I know your physical limitations. I know you can only do so much, but I can do so much more if you will rely on me and not on your own devices. For instance, in this moment you came to me in poverty of spirit, and now you are seeing and hearing me clearly. Always come to me this way, even when you haven't indulged yourself. Always come to me blind and naked, and I will always reach over the barrier and touch you. Do you understand? Your poverty and littleness cry out to me, and I cannot resist you. It is the proud and the self-satisfied I resist, but the little and the weak I shed my mercy upon. As the days continue to unfold, do not grow lax in your prayers. That may be the very force that holds back my Father's hand. There is a great reward for those who have forsaken their personal preferences in favor of mercy for those who are not ready. There is a proving ground in this to see which of those called by the name my bride are truly in unison with my heart. Yes, these days are again proving grounds to reveal yet another layer of depth in devotion to me, and who actually does truly care for me and for their brother. It is as the church in Philadelphia. Cleave to that description and you will pass in flying colors. Pun intended. That was the end of his message. Hear the description of the Church of Philadelphia, written in Revelation 3, 6-13. He that has ears, let him hear what the Spirit says to the assemblies. To the assembly of Philadelphia write, He who is holy, he who is true, he who has the key of David, he who opens and no one shuts, and shuts and no one opens, says this, I know your works. See, I've put before you an open door, and no one is able to shut it. I know that you have little power, yet have guarded my word, and have not denied my name. See, I'm giving up those of the congregation of Satan who say they are Jews and are not, but lie. See, I'm making them come and worship before your feet, and to know that I have loved you. Because you have guarded my word of endurance, I also shall guard you from the hour of trial, which shall come upon all the world, to try those who dwell on the earth. See, I'm coming speedily. Hold what you have, that no one take your crown. He who overcomes, I shall make him a supporting post in the dwelling place of my God, and he shall by no means go out. And I shall write on him the name of my God, and the name of the city of my God, the renewed Jerusalem, which comes down out of the heavens. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the assemblies.